can you... There is nothing more awesome than this. That he will be saying, Allah is the greatest. Allah is the greatest on the day of resurrection. Those fortunate ones that died in the state of ihram, they will come out of their graves and they will be saying, Labbaik, oh Allah, I am present. Labbaik, la sharika laka labbaik. Inna alhamda wa ni'mata laka wal mulk. La sharika lak. Those that were martyred in the path of Allah, they will come out of their graves and there will be blood that will be coming out of their veins and the smell will be better than musk. Some of the believers, they will be sitting on chairs made out of nur. Some of the believers on mimbars made out of nur. وَالْمُعَذِّنُونَ عَلَى كُثْبَانِ مِن مِسْكٍ. Some of the believers will be sitting on mounds of musk. Some of the believers, سَبْعَةٌ يُظِلَّهُمُ اللَّهُ فِي ظِلِّهِ يَوْمَ لَا ظِلَّ إِلَّا ظِلُّهُ. Can you imagine? They will be under the shade of the arsh of Allah, the day there is no shade other than His shade. Can you imagine? They will be with the Master. This will be the condition of the general believers. You know, this guy that died in this state, he will find that his $1 has purchased for him humiliation like never before. Humiliation like never before. You know, if I was to tell an individual off in the presence of 2-3 people, he will feel the pain. But if I was to pick a person out here in this crowd and humiliate him, believe me, the pain would be far greater. And on that day, there are zillions and zillions and zillions. Everyone Allah has ever created. And this is the day in which he'll be humiliated. He will find... 5 minutes, he says to me. I acknowledge. He will find that his $1 has purchased him such an hangover that even on the plane of resurrection, this guy is still stoned. Why? Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, Man faraka dunya sakaran, dakhal al-qabra sakaran, wa bu'itha min qabrihi sakaran. Even on the day of judgment, he will be stoned. He will come out of his grave. Yukhraj sharibu al-khamra yawm al-qiyamati. Antanu min al-jifa. He will smell worse than a rotten corpse. Wal-kuz mu'allakun fi unukhih. His intoxicant will be around his neck. If he was on weed, you will see the weed around his neck. If it was opium, you'll see the opium. If it was heroin, you will see the heroin. And the tool that he used to take his intoxicant with, whether it was a glass, whether it was a syringe, وَالْقَدْحُ بِيَدِهِ, it will be in his hands. وَيُمْلَأْ مَا بَيْنَ جِلْدِهِ وَلَحْمِهِ حَيَّاتُ وَأَقَارِبْ وَيُلْبَسْ نَعْلَيْنِ مِن نَارٍ. And the area between his flesh and his skin, Allah will fill it with scorpions and snakes, which will bite him and which will cut him, and he will be forced to wear sandals of fire, as a result of which his head will begin to boil like boiling water in a kettle. He will come, it's not all over. مُسَوَّدٌ وَجْعُهُ. His face is absolutely black. مُدْلَعًا لِسَانُهُ عَلَى صَدْرِهِ يَسِيلُ لُعَابُهُ يَغْذِرُهُ كُلُّ مَنْ رَآهُ وَعَرَفُوا أَنَّهُ شَارِبُ الْخَمْرِ. There is no nur and light for him. His face is absolutely black. His tongue is hanging to his chest like a dog. His saliva is flowing all over. It will annoy all those on the plane of resurrection. And every person that is on the plane of resurrection, this person will not be able to hide and conceal his sin. They will know that this is the guy that was on dope. All the prophets of Allah, can you imagine you being an ummati of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, come on that day? How will you show your face to your prophet that you were the one that used to take intoxicants on the dunya? Your mother will know, your father will know, your friends will know, your ulama will know. It will be humiliation like which the human mind cannot even comprehend. The Muslims, the good believers, are on the fountain of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Hawzi Kawthar, drinking from the blessed hands of Muhammad. Hawzi kama bayna Adn wa Amman, abradu min al-thalj. The very fountain regarding which our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, it is so big, it is like the distance of Adn, which is in Yemen, to Amman, which is in Jordan. This is how big it is. My God, you know, that is the day where the sun will be above the heads. So they need water. And how will be the water of this fountain be? Abradu min al-salj. It will be more colder than ice. Wa ahla min al-asl. It will be more sweeter than honey. And the fragrance will be better than musk. The cups of the fountain will outnumber the stars in the sky. And whoever drinks once from the fountain of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he will never be thirsty there again. This is the condition of the good believers. You know what? This guy will come. And he will find that his $1, which he spent the haram way, has purchased for him deprivation from drinking from the fountain of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and from the blessed hands of Rasulullah. Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam, never mind giving him water, Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam will not even look at him. He will not even look at him. And when he comes to the fountain, the angels, the hadith states, the angels will beat him and chase him away from the fountain of Rasulullah. No, not for you. And the guy is thirsty. He's suffering. He's crying. He cannot tolerate the pain because of the sandals of fire which he's wearing. And his head is boiling like boiling water in a kettle. And he wants something to cool himself. You know what? Allah will not deprive him of a drink that day. Allah will not deprive him of a drink. And you know where he will get the drink? وَإِن مِّنكُمْ إِلَّا وَارِدُهَا كَانَ عَلَى رَبِّكَ حَتْمًا مَقْدِيًّا. He will get a drink, all right. And he's going to get it on Pul Sirat, the bridge Sirat. Every one of you will have to cross this bridge. It's on top of Jahannam. It is thinner than hair, sharper than a sword. وَالصِّرَاطُ ضَحْتٍ مَزِلَّ عَلَيْهَا حَسْكٌ كَحَسْكِ الْكَتَادِ. It is greasy, it is slippery, with thorns and nails, and angels on either side, with hooks of fire. This is the bridge where he will be given a drink. The very bridge, those that were obedient to Allah and His Rasul, they will cross. Some as quick as closing and opening an eye. Some like the passing of wind. Some of you come because you were that obedient, you will cross it like a flash of lightning. He will come, and this is the place where the angels will give him a drink. And you know what?